done some things that maybe you wouldn't have done last season. What stands out to you, comparing and contrasting kind of so far?
I don't try to compare and contrast too much from season to season. I just try and get better from how I was last year. I don't really look back at last year and go, unless it's something that I didn't do well. I don't really try and go back and dabble and compare too much to this season, because this season's a whole new thing. Whether it's the team that we're playing, the coaches that we're playing against, the stadiums that we're in, and things like that. So, I don't really go back and compare too much. I think honestly, I'm just being better, being consistent with whether it's footwork, arm slots, just delivering the ball on time to people so they can go make plays and do their job, and not sitting in the pocket too long and things like that. Just being better, getting the ball in my hands and things like that.
Have you had to encourage Dorian this year, just going from a high volume role he had last year at Arizona to more spread out offense?
No, I haven't had to encourage him. I think as a competitor, as a player that wants to be the best, you go out there and you work hard to do so. No matter how many catches or reps you're getting, obviously you have to, as a QB, spread the ball around. That's something I think I've done pretty well, this season so far. If you do your job, if you're on time, run the right routes at the right depths and things like that, depending on the defense, it's highly likelihood you'll get the ball. A lot of times you get the ball in space with how Coach Riley, sets up the offense and things like that, and how we go out there and execute.
Caleb, you took a hard hit on that corner blitz last week. What did you see on the film watching that back, and have you ever been hit that hard in the game before?
That was Mario. Going back. It's something that they didn't do. It wasn't really in our game plan because it's something that they haven't ran really at all. I think they only ran it once out of 5 games, and so, other than counting our game, they only ran it once, and so it wasn't a big kind of flashing red light for us. I saw the dude press to the boundary. I saw the backers tighten the box. Saw the safety over. It never processed through my mind, because they also ran it a couple plays before, and I saw it and just never went in my mind that it was corner blitz. They called good D coordinator. They made adjustments and called it, and they didn't. They took their shot, took their punch, and didn't knock them out. So, good job to them. Kudos to them. I have not taken a hit like that before. I know I tend to stay out of those, but they get you every once in a while when you play for a while.
What's your evaluation of what Arizona's defense is able to do against Washington?
Yeah, we watched that game, and they allowed them. They ended up winning. Washington ended up winning, but they kind of did a really good job, to be honest with you. Washington's a high-powered offense with a lot of talented players, and they did some unique things, and it just kept them from having those explosive plays down the field, and kind of stopped the running game as much as they could, and when they ran the ball at least, and it stopped them from throwing the ball downfield and being so explosive as they usually are.
Murray had a few drops earlier in the season. He bounced back last week. As a guy who's played with him for a while, do you talk to him, encourage him, or do you trust him to kind of figure that out?
No, as a leader, as a brother, as a player that, I try to learn all my guys, what works best for them. And one of the things that works best for somebody else may not work best for him. So one of the things that I did, before he caught that 2-point in Arizona State game, is I encouraged him. And I told him, just make the next one easy. Don't try and think too much. Don't try and do too much. Just be yourself. Be a player. Be a ball player, football player, and be Mario Williams and go out there and make plays. And he did. He caught the 2-point in Arizona State, and then from here on out, he's been doing well. He's been having fun, and out there playing his game.
Let's do one more.
What kind of mindset do you and the offense need to have against a defense that really tries to keep everything in front of them?
Yeah. When we get our shots, we have to execute. We have to be consistent, and we got to go out there and dominate and kill. We have to be the most physical team, on the field at that time and in the country, this week and from weeks on out. So, I'd say that's the mindset.
Thank you, Caleb.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Caleb.
Thanks.